Coach, I know it's just mid-January. There's a long way to go, but in terms of Sunday's game and then how your team won last night, how big of a game was that just for their emotional state, maybe confident state? And then how rough was this week in terms of all the travel?
Yeah, it was, it's been a lot. This week's been pretty tough on, I think on the players physically, mentally, definitely on the staff mentally, just, you're always concerned when you're moving an entire travel party through, treacherous weather. So, just glad we're all here safe and sound. Proud of our team for the bounce back from our A&M loss. I wasn't excited about the energy level that we had at A&M, but we really flipped that script and played with good energy and good focus and resolve. I was just proud of how we went into the Mississippi State game and how we were consistent throughout the game.
Cora.
Since Rukia has come back, it feels like SEC teams are starting to ramp up the way they key in on her. Mississippi State, if she had the ball in her hands, they weren't going to let her drive in the lane. If she was off the ball, they had people ready to collapse on her because, the one-on-one opportunities she did get, she scored pretty easily. Just for you guys, how do you kind of approach that, trying to get her to her spots and maybe get a little more creative and trying to get her opportunities off the ball because she can be so dangerous when she's, either cutting in or posting up?
Yeah, I think we just have to continue to work through sets that we have. And the beauty of that is we can maneuver her to different positions in a lot of our sets. What makes that effective is when you have other people making shots, when you have other people that can score. When it's all about one person, your offense can get stale, stagnant, and difficult. But when we have ball movement, that moves her around and then gives her opportunities, that's when we're at our best.
Go next to Ryan.
Do you think that was Kaya's best game she's played in her career, and what does she need to do to build off that and kind of keep playing at that level?
Yeah, I would think that's definitely one of her best games. I thought she played very well against Liberty, but in terms of being a difference maker, that she was integral to us getting that win. We were down 10 points. She comes in, the first thing she does is get a steal and a score. I thought her energy was infectious. I thought she did what we needed her to do on both ends of the court and played aggressively.
Reese.
Coach, this is from Casey. How impactful has Kaya Wynn been in those late game close situations?
Well, I think what has really helped us, she handles the ball well, and she's got a real good burst when she's handling the ball, so she can get away from defenders. She can get open in those situations where folks are pressing. She's been pretty careful with the ball in most areas, and she's going to play hard. So I think you're getting a lot of the intangibles, but also some skill set that you need down the stretch.
Caleb.
Coach, with Kaya, do you expect her to flex into the starting lineup at all, or do you like her in that kind of spark off the bench role?
Oh, I think right now what she's given us off the bench is exactly what we need. Our starting lineup's not set in stone by no stretch, but I think what she's given us, it makes sense. I think she's comfortable. She can come in at the 1 or the 2 if we need her to. But right now, just the athleticism that she has is something that we need.
Cora.
Something that felt like really contributed to that defensive effort last night was just the way the guards were able to navigate around those screens, especially Jasmine Powell. She held Lauren Park Lane to 10 points, which, she can really score the ball. I thought she handled all those screens really well. Just how did the guards, maybe communication or awareness, was that a huge focus on the perimeter? And what do you feel like led to that strong performance for them last night?
Yeah, well, I think Jasmine Powell, Kaya did a great job, and I don't want to take anything away from Kaya, but man, Jasmine from the get-go was terrific defensively, guarding the ball and having to navigate through a lot of ball screens, a lot of handoffs, a lot of brush screens, a lot of actions, and she did it beautifully. I do think our overall perimeter defense, we did a really good job of communicating. I thought we handled their actions about exactly the way we needed to, with maybe one exception. And, I thought our communication was really good when we were switching, when we weren't switching. I thought we were locked in, we had good focus. So I was really proud of our perimeter defense.
Maria?
Imagine the size of the SEC inside played part of a role in this, and also how effective Tamari Key was playing. But you opted to start her in the second half of that game. What was the reasoning behind that move?
Well, she was playing really well in the second quarter. We needed her in the game, and we knew they were going to come back with Jessica Carter in that third. Jessica Carter was in foul trouble a little bit in the second quarter. We knew they'd start Jessica Carter back in the third quarter, and we thought that matchup was more favorable for us to go ahead and get Tamari in the game early.
Ryan?
Did you expect to be able to play Tamari for almost 30 minutes at this point in the year? And what does that say about where she's at in her recovery?
Our athletic trainer was watching her minutes, not for health reasons, but conditioning purposes. She was making sure she was good. We fortunately had a couple of timeouts in the third quarter that allowed her to catch her breath, maybe a little bit more than normal. We needed it. We really needed it. And we felt like throughout the season, her minutes were going to continue to increase, and her capacity to play those minutes were going to continue to increase. So I'm glad we're, projecting that way right now.
Caleb?
With Jillian Hollingshed in that post room, coach, where do you see her kind of projecting with Caroline and Tamari kind of being consistent now? And then how would you assess her play over the past couple games?
Yeah, Jillian's interesting. She's really good, and we've got to find her minutes. This is one of those games that Jillian did not do anything wrong as a product of needing to play other people. And, I thought we had a group out there that needed to be out there with high minutes. Tamari playing a straight 10 minutes in that third quarter took minutes away from Jillian. But I felt like that's what our team needed at the time. And it's the presence that Tamari gives you, in particular on the defensive end. Now, granted, she was also scoring, but I thought she was what we needed in those moments. I still believe in Jillian. I believe in what she can do and how effective she can be, and love that she's on this team. And as we continue to move throughout our schedule, what we have to understand is, we've had a few people be consistent, and then we've had a lot of different people step up to give us big minutes each game. And the next game may be Jillian. The next game may be Caroline. The next game may be Tess, Jewel, Sarah. We have a lot of different people that can and have the ability to step up. And, that's where, I think we could look at that as a big strength of our team.
Cora?
I mean, Tamari not only played 29 minutes, but she just looked really solid all around the whole time, especially getting her going on offense, just with the way she was playing defensively, offensively. Just how much does that change things for you guys, being able to play her that extended minutes, especially since there aren't a ton of, centers in the SEC that can contend with her height?
Yeah, she just gives you something that other people don't have. And I agree. I thought her poise looked really good offensively. I thought she battled on the boards. We know that she gives you a presence defensively. So I thought that, I thought that was one of her better games, putting things together on both ends of the court. She had some really tough scores. And, when it's not just one or the other, when you're getting some production on both ends of the court. It's huge. And obviously I'm really proud of her for, her resilience this year.
We'll take two final questions, Maria and then Emily Ray.
Coach, this is obviously, as you have already referenced, a very tough Vanderbilt team. Just what do the challenges present, and where is your team, in terms of their legs? What's sort of your game plan to sort of get them, make sure they've got the oomph they need for Sunday?
Yeah, we're going to need some oomph, Maria. They're Vanderbilt. They're feisty. They play so hard. They have a lot of wins. I think some close wins, several close wins. I think a lot of that has to do with, their consistency in how hard they play. They're a team that you're just impressed to watch, and they've been really solid the last few years defensively. They get after you. They ball pressure. They change their defenses. They throw different things at you. But I think now you're kind of seeing the whole come together offensively. They move the ball well. They've got good sets, and they have scores on the perimeter, the post, on the wing. They have shooters. They've got a little bit of everything right now. So it's a really, really good basketball team that's like I said, been consistent all year, and the win column shows for them.
Emily Ray.
Obviously, it's the We Back Pat game. How important is it for you and your team in this community to just bring awareness to this, and how special is it for you guys to be able to wear purple and really support everything that this foundation has done?
Yeah, the initiative is, I think it's important for women's basketball to be able to remember and honor her. I think it's a great way for us to do that with purpose, to be able to think about the foundation and what the foundation is doing, while remembering and honoring her greatness and what she was able to do, not just for the University of Tennessee, but broader. And it gets a little harder every year. You're a year removed. And it's goes, boy, time flies, and it's hard to grasp that. But I think also we try to take this opportunity to educate young players, educate young people on who she was and why we're doing these things, and why it's so important that her legacy continues.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.